the Nigerian Civil War, young people were killed, old were killed, women were killed. Starvation, there was hunger in Biafra. For the fact that God of Israel is behind the Biafrans and the Southeasterners, look at what Nigeria is today. Tinubu's Yoruba presidency is going to spell doom for the image of the Southwesterners. After 8 years, what will the Nigerians think of the Southwest? When you look at the bigotry, when you look at the hypocrisy, when you look at the hatred, when you look at the gaslighting, when you look at how they support evil. During Jonathan's regime, a Southerner, South, I don't understand what South means, but let's use the word South. During Jonathan's regime, you see how the Southwest rallied around and spoke against the evil in that government. But hence, they got power through Buhari. The APC caucus got power through Buhari. They kept silent. An example is the person of Wole Soyinka and some other pastors that you know about. They kept silent. They never said anything. Now it is Jonathan's regime. They started protesting. Buhari's regime, they never protested. They never came out to do anything because that is the Southwesterners. From Buhari, we got into Tinubu. All those things that Jonathan did that was bad, Jonathan did that was bad, they never found any reason to, protest or say, like, the government is not doing well. Instead, they preach ethnic hate, they gaslight, they do so many things. I'm not saying that the whole Southwesterners, but when we look at this context, we know that the persons involved are Southwesterners. There are Southwesterners that have integrity. In every tribe, there's always a good or bad. But since these guys have been allowed to dominate the political space, these guys that are destroying the image of the Southwest with what is happening in Tinubu's government, many people were shocked at the kind of hatred that has been shown in the past 1 year by some people from the same region. The same people were castigating a Peter Obi who is not a president. Peter Obi will never be president. That's what they say. But they leave Tinubu, who is their brother, in that contest. They don't criticize, don't hold him accountable. Instead, they find a way to gaslight you, making you look as a bad person. If you are standing up against Tinubu's policies, they look at you. If you're an Igbo, they start using the Igbo thing, the IPOB terrorist, just to silence you. This is the typical Southwesterner in this dispensation. And after 8 years of Tinubu's administration, because he's going to win, no matter the coalition of PDP, Labour Party, NNPP, Tinubu is going to win the next election, 8 years. If you want to know what the future holds, if you want to see tomorrow, listen to this broadcast. Before the elections, I supported Peter Obi because he was able to convince me through his campaigns. No other person could convince me through his campaigns. Atiku was playing sectional politics, told the Northerners that don't vote for any other person other than me. There were never concrete things that he was able to convince me about. Other people didn't have the weight they could pull to get to the presidency. But now, Tinubu went there and said, Emiloko, it is my turn and everything. So I supported Peter Obi's presidency. But I said Tinubu was going to win because I saw the machinations. I saw the handwriting on the wall. I saw how people were disenfranchised. If you go to collect your voter's card, there's an intentional delay. They will intentionally delay you and not allow you to get your voter's card. If you have a certain name, they will look for excuses. The corruption in INEC then was to disenfranchise some persons from not getting their voter's card. You remember what happened in Lagos, in the southeast and in the north. The north, literally, they go to give them their voter's card at home. In the southeast, you have a whole lot of people wanting to register to vote, but you have only just one INEC official being lackadaisical, feeling less concerned. These are same INEC in the north, where people are not going out to get voters cards. They take their voters cards to their home. But in the east, you see in Enugu where people were lining up for days to get their voters card. What does that tell you? There's a deliberate, and it is being championed by the APC and also the Southwest. So the image the Southwest has pulled off in the past 1 year is going to tell you the kind of persons they are. The reason why I'm doing broadcasts like this is because I want to preserve my heritage as somebody from the southeast. Many people have come up with so many broadcasts denigrating the Igbos, and I'm an Igbo man, so I will not take that lightly. They say karma is a bitch. Look at what is happening in the north. The Nigerian Civil War, young people were killed, old were killed, women were killed. Starvation, there was hunger in Biafra. Millions of people died due to hunger, and they were children. But for the fact that God of Israel is behind the Biafrans and the Southeasterners, look at what Nigeria is today. Just take a look at what Nigeria is today. Just take a look at the country called Nigeria, how it is moving, how it is progressing. Since the onslaught on the Southeast, the Biafrans, Nigeria has never remained the same, and may not ever remain the same. Like I said, that's my opinion. Nigeria is destined to fail. Nigeria as an entity, not the individuals. Individuals can prosper in the midst of failure, a failed country. Individuals can make money and succeed in the midst of a failed country, but Nigeria is a failed country that is destined to fail because of the propaganda, the hatred on the Igbo man. If you allow Igbo man or somebody from the southeast, if you allow them into that national discussion whereby they have the right to hold on to power, because there is a concerted effort, there's a planned effort to then relegate that southeasterner to the end, to the back, not to be irrelevant. That is the media propaganda that is being carried on by some persons. You can see a typical Yoruba man would not be straightforward. The problem Nigeria has is that while it is holding down the Igbo man, they are also down. While you are squeezing life out of the Igbo man, you are also restless. And you think Nigeria is going to get better. The Tinubu's regime will lead Nigeria out to regionalism, which will eventually be the end of a fraudulent union. Nigeria is a fraudulent union. Tinubu's regime has exposed the Southwesterners, and the Southwesterners are the ones in the middle. They are neither here nor there. So if they have been exposed, Nigeria cannot be together, because how important are these Southwesterners? Although hypocritical is one of the things that they have shown over the years, they align with the North to fight against the South, the Southeast, South. They align with the North. They know the North wants power. They know the North wants one Nigeria. A Nigeria that is unified will benefit the North. They know that. So they would stay in the middle. They are neither here nor there. They will sponsor an Igbo for agitation. They will push a Tinubu for presidency. When the North want to strike, they instigate or stir up the Oduduwa People's Nation, Oduduwa Nation. They play that politics. They are neither here nor there. But the North, they are watching. The greatest enemy of Tinubu, the greatest undoing of Tinubu 2027 will be the North. The North, they are preparing to hold forth in the North, because Southwest is going to, the next election is going to be a regional politics. The Southwest, they are consolidating their states so that APC will have the upper say. They are telling non-indigenous, you don't have a right to vote. Go back to your Anambra, go back to wherever you're coming from. That is where you're going to vote. Don't vote in our region, in our state. If you are not a Yoruba person, don't vote. So the North also, they are trying to do the same thing to secure their region. The Tinubu APC would not have the kind of votes or support he had 2023. Well, it is evident that eventually, at the end of Tinubu's 8 years, Nigeria is going to have a different outlook. Everybody will be willing to leave the union because of the hypocrisy of the Yoruba people. The problem Nigeria has, it's not, it is There are two people, the Fulani and not the Hausa and the Yoruba, the Southwesterns. Not all Yorubas are bad. It is a normal thing. Not all Fulanis are bad. But when you say the Fulani are the problem of Nigeria, we understand what we are saying. There are good ones amongst them, but the bad ones have overtaken. In an exam, if you get 60 over 100, would you say you didn't pass? You passed, but what of the 40% that you failed? So we understand what we are saying. The Southwesterners have become, their cloak has been exposed. The eyes that Nigerians are using to look the Southwest now is different eyes. They don't see them as people that can be trusted. They don't see them as people that are genuine. We have very, very good ones amongst them. The Igbos have theirs, pride and arrogance. We know that. But the Southwest, they have played this politics. You can see the Igbos fought against an Ekuremadu. They spoke against an Ekuremadu for human trafficking. They spoke against him. They fought him. They never supported him. But the Yorubas are lining up behind Tinubu that have been accused of a crime in the United States. You can see those, the Onanugas that wrote a publication against Tinubu far back in the past years, are the ones now supporting him because he's president. What happened to them that they wrote a publication that he was convicted of so crime in the United States, that he was a drug baron or whatever you can call it, but now they have rallied around him. They don't see anything bad in what he's doing. Nigeria has been backward. Nigerians have suffered much than ever before in this regime.
For watching. Bye.